Blakes and Bounds, again, not here in Studio G, but in the E-Bar in a previously not undisclosed location with a friend, Mark Jonas, who
Our special guest today, again,
owns the
this is
E-Bar.
our second episode with Mark.
That's right. We gather here for sporting events, and we love this little room. And actually, my favorite part of this room, if I could you put this in your will?
Sure.
I want the Rainier beer neon sign. I love that.
Yeah, let's talk about just some of the signs that are in here. Can you tell us about the Rainier beer sign?
Well, the first to answer your question, the first right of refusal goes to the donator, and that would have come from Dew or buddy
Tracy
H.
Dew.
Another buddy, yeah.
But we'll see what happens. You might not have room for it either.
How about the Cowboys sign? What's the story on that one?
The little cowboy, actually, that's a fairly new item because the other light matching the 49ers and the Seahawk light over there, it went dead as their season died last year, too. So
The Cowboys sign did?
Our buddy Jackson, his wife, ordered quickly a replacement up, and I go, wow, it's not even neon, actually.
Right.
Can you believe it or not? We were talking about earlier how far LED lights have come from.
Right,
It's
right.
just amazing. But the other Rainier signs below that are from another one of our buddies, Darren, and actually his dad. He came up here once and thought they would fit over here, so sent them over, and they're actually probably pretty valuable little lights over there, actually. But,
Right. Now, not a sign, but one of my favorite pictures in the room is the one we have of the Who when they were really young, and that was taken by our really good buddy Rich Andrews. That was a cool donation to the room too, right?
Oh, it was a great donation. Loved it when he got
over
it because
here.
he's talking about the what concert he's at when he took it. And I go, I was there, and I walked over to my little stack of old concert tickets I had and produced it. I think it was $11.
Right, I know, because it was like 1980, I think.
Go
wasn't
see
it?
the
Yeah.
Who in their absolute prime.
Of course, all their favorite pictures now is when they get to take pictures with the former TV guy. So
That's our
I don't see any of them up around here,
Our
though. What's the
celebrity
problem?
buddy.
What's the problem? Mark has mentioned, you mentioned the 49ers and the Cowboys, the signs and whatnot, but we're all wearing Seahawks paraphernalia,
Absolutely.
It's true, look at that, yeah.
which is why we're here up most of look at it. Cowboys mug. By the way, the Irish coffee's great. I'll
Yep.
be here tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock for another
Cheers
serving.
again, buddy.
Cheers.
Love it. But we're up here mostly for watching the Seahawks game.
Right,
Absolutely.
Seahawks, exactly. We're going to just relive a couple of them, 2 or 3 of them right now. I think the one that comes to mind for all of us is the Beast Mode, the Beast Quake
Absolutely.
game against the Saints playoff game. You remember that, right? Just how amazing that was.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and there was a lot of people here, right? That was like what you call an extravaganza. A lot of the guys were here.
Well, a match extravaganza. That's usually officially at around 7 to 9. But
Right.
we can get up to around 13 before I'm worried
Which
about
is
the
what we
floor.
had, I think.
Before I'm worried about the floor going through.
Right.
So,
Which we had that day, right?
But yeah, when that happened, we were all up and jumping. So a lot
That
of fun
was
up
the
there.
first time I came to the E-Bar.
Oh, wow.
And I was on the right side of the room, and then Lynch made that run. And I remember getting on my knees and pounding the floor as he was running.
Crowd silent now, as opposed to when the Saints had the ball. Oh, look at this run! What a run! Marshawn Lynch, still on his feet, has blockers now. He's dancing his way for the touchdown.
You know, that really was a great moment up here. And Marshawn, I wish you were listening because you created a lot of joy. He really did, didn't he?
He really did.
Another game come to mind for any of you guys? What else?
Well, just going into the Super Bowl, I mean, that whole time through the playoffs thing, I think I was up here for every one of those games. And
When they made it to the Super Bowl,
it was just unbelievable that we knew we were going.
Right, we had that
It was
feeling,
mostly
didn't
the
we?
time after the game what was just special. It's like, we're actually going to the Super Bowl. Woke up the next morning and had to make sure it wasn't a dream.
Right.
I've got one other game, and I
Okay.
had to look it up, and I remembered it, and you guys didn't remember
No,
it.
you talked about this off camera, so yeah.
But
try to
it
find
happened in 2017. The Seahawks matched up with the Houston Texans, and a rookie by the name of Deshaun Watson was quarterbacking for the Texans. And the final score, 41-38 Seahawks. Seahawks came back to win the game with 21 seconds left. And that was a game that went back and forth, and they 854 passing yards
Wow.
and 8 passing touchdowns.
That's a pretty good memory on that one.
It was a very exciting game.
Because you knew most of this even before we started recording. You recalled
I
a
had
lot
to
of
look
the
it up.
details.
Yes.
Yeah, you looked it up to get the specifics, but you
that's-
remember the game, yeah.
I think that's my second favorite game watching here.
Here.
My favorite thing is the friends more than the game, but
True.
so I don't necessarily know the details of every game. So I'm
You're,
all like,
as our podcast friend Tony Kornheiser likes to say, he's unburdened by memory. Maybe you're in that camp. He's having a hard time remembering.
Mike up here is for weeks. Oh, please, can I bring Dennis up, please? Oh, maybe we can squeeze him in. But you're good at it.
All right. Hey, before we wrap it up, there's one last memory for me, and this is not sports, but and I'm kind of springing this on you. But when your dad passed, you gathered some of your dearest friends up here, and we made a toast to your dad. And that was one of his wishes, right? Didn't he ask you to do that?
Well, we were talking about back in the Super Bowl. I'm up here watching the championship game with us. He's up here quite a few times with us, so I thought that was very appropriate. And
Right.
a lot of our close friends came up here and had a cheers to Dad.
Yeah.
Cheers again, Dad.
Cheers to Mr. Mr.
Storm
Jones.
and Norman.
Well, with that, we'll say goodbye on this one. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it.
All right. Bye.
Later.